Letters, it's Margaret from the Lettering Lodge. Today I wanted to show you guys how I would create a lettering project using the Procreate app on my iPad Pro. I am also using an Apple Pencil, so get yourself one of those if you can. I strongly recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and create my canvas here, and I am choosing a square canvas because I want my project to end up being circular. So I don't want extra space on the top and bottom. Now I thought it might be nice to do a quote that says, "All I need is coffee and mascara." So I'm going to go into my brushes first and choose airbrushing. My hard brush at the bottom here, if I turn the size all the way up on the brush size there, then I can tap and it will create a circle for me. So there we go. So then I'm going to move that over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer. Let's see, I might want to go ahead and reduce the opacity just a little bit on that layer. And then on my new layer, I'm going to choose a brush. I'm going to go to my sketching. I'm going to use my technical pencil here. And so that's how I like to start all my drawings, just to kind of sketch out the layout. And if I use a brush pen now, I'll get bogged down with how it looks. But I really just want to play with the layout first. So my quote is, let's see, let me turn, is my streamline? Okay, let's turn my streamline down so that I can really just get in there and not worry about how it looks. My quote is, "All I need is coffee and mascara." So then that's what I want to fit in here, and I think I want to add some banners in there, maybe some other types of drawing. We'll just see where it goes. So I am going to, on a new layer, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and start sketching that out. And I think what I want coffee to be the main word that gets noticed, I think. So I think I want that one to be the one that's in a banner. So I'm not going to draw the whole banner yet, but something like that. And then once I get going, I can actually make the banner an exact match, the top and bottom, so that it's the right width and everything, and I'll add my ribbon endings and everything. But I think that's about where I want. Maybe move it up just a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to play with it once we get going here. And so then I think I want the word coffee, and I'll probably do that in script. In fact, let me just go ahead, just for fun. And obviously this is not looking great yet, but coffee. And then I think I want to do all I kind of towards the top, also in script probably. All I. And then I might do the word need in all caps, and I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll play with it. So again, this is a super rough sketch. We're not really worried yet. We're just doing the artistic process here. And so I probably should have done these on different layers so that I could move them around more, but it's just a sketch. I think I'm going to go ahead and erase those so that I can have a little bit more room here on the side, because I think I want to do like a fun circle, maybe, with the word is. All I need is, and I'll probably end up like coloring that in and having the letters be white, so we'll have to see how it's going. And I don't think I'm really going to have too much room on the sides here once I add my ribbon endings, so I don't think I have to worry too much about that. And then I just need and mascara. So let's see. I think I'll write mascara first and then fit in and after. So I want it to kind of curve around the bottom. So again, we're not really worried about, and I think I'm going to stretch that out some. Something like that. Okay, and then put my and in the middle. I don't know. We'll have to play with it. I think I like this so far. Especially once that banner gets in there, this will be colored in. I think I'm liking this. I'll have to play with some things like serifs maybe. Okay, so my next step is I'm going to go ahead and delete my quote layer now that I have that down. So I can just delete that layer. And then on my sketch layer, I'm going to go ahead and reduce that opacity down so that it's not bothering me so much. And I think I'm going to go ahead and create my new layer and start making that banner. I think that's the first thing I need to do. So I'm going to go in here. I will list all the brushes I'm using in the description. But I'm going to go here. Let's see, where is my... I'm going to use the Rad and Happy mono weight to draw my banner. A mono weight pen just means that it doesn't matter how hard or soft you press, it's still going to be the same thickness, which is the opposite of what we want in brush lettering. But to draw, we really don't want our widths to vary very much. So here we go. Let's see. I am on a new layer, right? Yeah. So I'm going to draw the top. Oh, this is too thick. I'm going to draw the top of my banner. Is my streamline on? Let's see if my streamline. It's not. That's why I didn't like that much. So I'm going to draw the top of my banner again. I think I want it a little bit more curvy. There. Okay, so then I talked earlier about how I was going to be able to make my lines exactly the same width apart. And so I can tap my little arrow up here, and then I do a 3-finger swipe down so that I can copy and paste that onto a new layer, and then I can just drag it down. I'm on magnetic at the bottom, so it does drag it down in a perfectly straight line, doesn't mess with the shape or anything like that. So now I'm ready to, I can go ahead and merge those layers. Now I'm ready to draw my ribbon endings. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So usually I start here and just connect it down, and then I'm going to draw a line out from here. I'm going to connect my banner here, and then since this comes up, the bottom should also come up so that the ribbon is the same width across the middle as it is at the ends. And so then I just want to come in here and create my fun little ends. So this ended up, I'm going to, bring the eraser size down. That ended up being a little harsh, so I'm just rounding it off a little bit in there. And then I need to come in and do my little ending on the other side, and I like to rotate my canvas when I'm doing that, because I never end up with a very good result if I don't. So then I'm just going to go through the same steps as I did on the other side. Nope. And there we go. There's a banner. Okay. So then I think I'm going to go ahead and on a new layer, always a new layer, always. I'm going to go back to my airbrush and make my hard airbrush so that I have a really good circle here for my is. And I think I want it about, let's see how that works. Nope, not big enough. Yep, too big. Let's see. You can also adjust the size like this. Just tap that arrow in the top, and then yeah, I think that's about where I want it. And so then I'm actually just going to change, let's see, going to alpha lock that. I think I'm going to go back to a different brush first. Let's see. I'm going to have to see how this works. So I'm going to alpha lock that layer, which means that if I do anything to the color, it's not going to mark anywhere. Oh, there's my dog barking. Hold on. That's Thor. He's a barker. He's a sweetie, but he's a barker. So let's see, layer 4. I am going to now fill that layer with black, hopefully. Okay, that's not going to work. I think I'm just going to... I'll un-alpha lock that. Maybe just on a new layer, I'm going to go ahead and try to trace that. We'll see. I've traced circles before and had varying success with it. Let's see. Okay, so then I'm going to end up filling the middle of my circle, so it doesn't really matter what the inside looks like as long as I can get the outside circle looking, and I keep messing that up. I want to get the outside of the circle looking more maybe I'll use my eraser tool here. Just take away tiny bit at a time until I can get that circle pretty good. Because once I get this circle, even though I'm going to be doing a lot of different sketches, once I get that circle, I can use the same circle again. So I think that's what I want there. So then on another layer, I can go ahead and just go ahead and delete my guide layer. So then on another layer, I can go in with my Rad and Happy mono weight again. Sorry guys. And I'm going to start, I'll probably do this multiple times, but I'm going to start and see how, maybe I want that a little bit thicker. See how my straight layers, and do you see how when I do my letters and then I just do my lines and I just hold down, it will create that straight line for me? Watch. Do you see how it kind of snaps? That is one reason why digital lettering is, I mean, you're just gonna have to practice for years and years before you will be happy with your lines otherwise. And obviously that would be great, that would be optimal if you could do straight lines perfectly without the help of technology, but I'm not that good. Also the undo button, guys. I mentioned it in my last blog post that the undo button is invaluable. So then I want to come in and maybe I'll go ahead and choose I like this Rad and Happy brush. I use their mono weight. Most mono weights, I mean, once you have one, you have them all pretty much. But I like Rad and Happy's brushes, so I went ahead and used their mono weight too today. So I'm using the Rad and Happy brush, and I'm going to just see. I'm just going to sketch my all eye. I may hate it. We'll see. And I need my brush size to be a little. All eye. And I'm probably going to go back and redo that later, but we're just getting the general idea so far. I'm going to go ahead and do my coffee letters. And you know what, guys? I think my banner might need to be a little bit wider, longer, taller, whatever the word is, so that I can fit. So that's the beauty of digital lettering too. I can just stretch that out a little bit so I can fit more. And then I'll go back to, I didn't do all eye on a different layer, but that's okay. I'm going to end up merging these, probably redoing some of this again. So on a new layer this time, I'm going to go ahead and see how I can get the word coffee going. And I am kind of scrunching it a little bit just because I want there to be space. Something like that. And then the beauty is I can move it around if I want to. And so I'm going to click the freeform at the bottom because I do want more control right now over where it's moving. I want to make sure my spacing on the sides and up and down is centered. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara and see how that's going, and then remember I'm going to fit my and in after. So let's see. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my monoweight pen to do the and. I'm just going to start and see what happens. I can do something a little more playful with my crossbars. There's Thor again. He's playing with my other dog, Jasmine. Thor is a 2-year-old Maltese. He's my first child. And Jasmine is a almost 1. She's going to be 1 in less than a month. 1-year-old Morkie puppy. So that is Maltese and Yorkie mix. Okay, let's see. I'm liking this so far. I don't love the all eye at the top. I'm going to have to do something about that. So I'm going to go ahead and, again on a new layer, I didn't do enough of that on a new layer. But again, this is probably going to be merged together. It's my sketch, my first try. If you've done this for very long, you probably notice that you never like your first try. So on a new layer, I already did a new layer. Habit. I'm going to go ahead and use white to draw my is. I need my is in here. So I think I'm going to try for a blockier. Because I've got my skinny all caps already. I'm going to try thicker. I don't know. I mean, the I is easy. The S might be a little tricky. I have not mastered the S yet. But we shall see how it goes. Yeah, I need I'm gonna erase in here. I need that to come up higher. And I do want it to kind of be the same-ish height. I can fix the height later. Something like that. And then I think I'm going to fill it. I'm going to just go ahead and try all of that again. Now that I have the general shape, maybe I can get the lines cleaner. That kind of thing. So I'm going to start and do my top, which doesn't go all the way down. Hopefully that was a little bit better. And then I can come around and do my so let's see, what do I need to fix? All of it. I'm not loving this. I'd like to go ahead and get my brush lettering. It usually takes me several attempts to love it. But this, I'd like to go ahead and get it how I want it, and then I don't have to worry about it on my future layers, let's see, I need to, too big. I need to erase some of that. Maybe the problem is this too. Yeah, I think so. You guys might have noticed that I've been undoing, and maybe you're curious how I've been doing that, but there is these undo and redo buttons over here on the left side, but I find it quicker to do 2 fingers tap for undo and 3 finger tap for redo. So, could be better, but it could be worse. Let's see. Add a little bit back in there. And my dog wants to go outside. Okay, I think the S needs to come down a little bit. And I need to clean up my eye, but I'll go ahead and... Okay, Thor, I'm coming. Go ahead and move my S down a little bit. Get it centered. And... gonna go let my dog out, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna clean up a little bit of the eye. Get that looking better. The corners aren't super crisp. Is that better? Maybe I need to erase a little tiny bit here. Ah, too much. I'm good at that. I'm good at forgetting what size my eraser was, or I think maybe I'm in denial and I just hope that it's the right size and then I go back and fix it if it's not. Okay, so there's all the words on there in the basic space and shape that I want them. So I think I'm going to turn off my sketch layer down here. I'm going to go ahead and merge my is letters with my circle, because of the eye. It might not be perfect, but I like it well enough, and I can still adjust that a little bit, just using my black and white colors to adjust that. And then I'm going to merge my other words so that I can reduce the opacity. And try again. So on a new layer, going back to my brush pen, and I'm going to try to fill in spaces to make it look round. Oh, not white. I need black. Something like that. I don't love it still. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do coffee. And I did a new layer because I'm probably not going to love how it's fitting in the banner. So, since I did a new layer, I can move it around really easily, like we did earlier. And it doesn't move my all and eye up there. So I don't love that all eye. Maybe I need to do it last after I have everything else in. We'll see. So then I'm going to go ahead and go do my mascara. I actually do need to do that this morning. Let's see. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm not doing a very good job now that I mention it. My up strokes and down strokes are the same width as each other. Not as each other. All the upstrokes are the same as each other, and all the downstrokes are all the same as each other. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Okay, so then I'm going to, I hate that all eye. I do. I'm going to have to do something about that later. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. So I gotta select that layer again. I could just go ahead and clear it since I don't like any of it. Now I can go back to, I'll just use that layer with my mono weight brush to add in my and. I think I'm going to make it a little smaller. I don't really care about this word. And I can add little dashes or something on the side if I want to take up more space. With any mono weight lettering, any skinny straight line lettering, I like to use that snap. Oh, there I used it. And I shouldn't have. On a curve, you don't want to use it. I think I want my D to be a little bit wider. Too big? What's happening? I think it's a little bit too wide. Let's see. What about that? Yeah. Okay. And then I'll probably end up adding some flourishing or something in there towards the end. Let's see, let's do need. And I really want to fill in all the space. So I might even do it a little bit bigger. Maybe this will help my all eye if it's not. If the spacing is a little different, maybe I will like it more. I'm going to change it up by putting my crossbars up towards the top instead. Maybe I need the bounce in the lettering at the top, so I'll leave myself a little room to do some different. Okay, so the other thing about lettering digitally is that you can zoom in, zoom out as much or as little as you need to. And yes, it does look pixely, but if you guys keep following me for a while, one of my posts, oh, again, with my eraser, I'm good at that, told you. One of my posts that I'm going to be doing after I kind of get the rest of the setup on the blog going is how to get rid of that pixeliness once you zoom in too far. So I can show you how to do that. Yay! Okay, I've got most of my words in here. I'm going to try that all eye again with a brush marker. Let's see. I. Come on. Maybe I'll try this kind of eye. Except now it's too tall, but since I did this, okay, that's another really great point about using different layers. Since I did this on a new layer by itself, it's not with need and is, I can tap my little S selection tool up here, draw a circle around it, and I don't even have to be really careful. It's only going to move. It's only going to move the stuff that was on that layer. So, okay, I'm liking that better. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my sketch layer so that I can see really what's going on here. Okay, this is turning out all right. I don't despise it as much as the all eye is looking better. Is there anything I can do? I am still on that layer, right? I'm going to just even up my we don't care if it's perfect because it's hand lettered. It doesn't matter if it has a few mistakes here and there or if it's not perfect, but we do want to be proud of it, and we don't want to be saying every time we look at it in the future, we don't want to be saying, I wish I had, I hate that part right there, that kind of thing. Although, nobody else notices except yourself. I need to remember that. Okay, I think I want all to be moved up just a little bit so it's not so close to need. There we go. Alright. Now this video is getting really long, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. If I wasn't doing this video for y'all, I'd probably keep going in, do it one more time, the brush lettering especially, till I super love how that's looking. But I think this is good for getting you started with how to arrange your hand lettering projects. Some good variety in there. You can also play around with serifs if you want to. So serifs, let me just show you really quickly. Serifs are and I'm going to go back to my mono, the lines or tails or however you want to call them, sticks at different spaces on letters that make it a serif font instead of a sans serif or without serifs font. So usually there's just a few spaces. You'll notice, I'm sure, once you get going with this, you'll realize where we need serifs and where we don't, and the different sizes of them. I don't know if I want that serif in the middle there. I think, yeah, I think it's necessary. So I can keep going here. I did this, let me make sure I did this on a new layer, so I can just, after I get done, I can easily turn that layer on and off using these check boxes over here on the side, and then I can see whether I like it better before I did the serifs or after. I'm also planning in the next week or so to do a blog post, why do I not like that one, on typography. And so I mentioned that in an article a couple days ago, typography. It is how you arrange and the different lettering styles, how you vary your lettering styles to be pleasing when people look at it. And so I think I like the serifs. Let's see. Let's turn them off. Yeah, I like them. So I'm going to be doing a blog post soon about the different fonts you can do and how to arrange them so they're pleasing. And I hope you will tune in for that soon.